Hello and welcome to Vandal Esports. Tonight we have a little bit of a different setup. We were going to have CS2 come in with us as well, but if you're in Moscow or Pullman, you probably know why that's not happening.
Yeah, we've had a gas outage throughout the entire region.
Yeah.
Yeah, this little farmland region over here. We haven't had heat, and it's been very cold, which has kind of sucked. The school has canceled classes and has pretty much told everybody who's not an essential worker to go screw off.
But
so we're here because we begged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vulcan helped us beg, and we were able to at least get our varsity Smash players able to come in for their match tonight against Southern Alberta Institute of Technology.
Yes, I believe that we've played them before, I think, very early into our VALORANT season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, exciting to see a school come up again in this conference. This will be our last game of the season. This week is just the last week for most of us, except for League.
Yes. Except for, League already had their last week before playoffs.
Yeah. What's fun about Southern Alberta? Wow, I can talk so well. But what's fun about Southern Alberta is that they have gone undefeated throughout the season, as have we. So, this fight that we have tonight will be for determining who
takes top.
Who takes top in the conference. And even if we don't take top, it won't be that big of a deal because we very much have secured our playoff seed. Now it's just, do we get to brag about it, or do we get to redeem ourselves in playoffs?
That's true. We might not play them in playoffs, though. Maybe later in the into the tournament, but for now, we get to compete with them today. But before that, the reason why it's so early into the evening, we are having a scrim against our very familiar Rigby High School players.
Yes.
We do enjoy our competition with them. Oh, and here we have Wii Fit Trainer against Bowser.
Yeah. Can you take over real quick? Because I forgot I have to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So you're going to be stuck with me for a little bit. All right, here we have their second player against Bowser. Immediately going into center stage combat. Nice attacks by Wii Fit Trainer. Throwing that ball. Oh, what a fire breath from Bowser. Trying to keep them off. Nice grab and slam. Once again, that soccer ball. Vicious play. Slamming them down, but unfortunately Bowser was not able to recover and lost the first stock of the match. Fire breath bringing Wii Fit Trainer to 76%, and then that slam once again pushing that damage onto, but a nice starting attack of that soccer ball leads into their next move, allowing them to get back onto stage, Wii Fit Trainer I mean, but an up smash or an up tilt from Bowser takes away Wii Fit Trainer's first stock. They are now even. Oh, and that slam almost brings Bowser and Wii Fit Trainer equal in damage, but Wii Fit Trainer does their meditation thing to heal, and then does serious damage to Bowser. Already at 99%, while Wii Fit Trainer is sitting pretty at 36. Some throws here and there, a slam. Wii Fit Trainer's all over the map, but moves rather comfortably. Utilizes that ball not as much as I saw last time with Rigby, but maybe it's just an adjustment of strategy. Oh, nice. Back to center stage. A block to defend against the soccer ball. And then another down smash to send the Wii Fit Trainer flying. The Wii Fit Trainer recovers nicely enough and smashes on Bowser, but Bowser recovers, not really letting up on that pressure, either one of them. Oh, a down smash on Wii Fit Trainer takes away her second stock. And Wii Fit Trainer is quick to retaliate, and Bowser is down to their last stock. I believe it's not Yoshi playing. And Wii Fit Trainer is already racking up that damage on that last stock, but Bowser is quick to return that. 61 and 94 respectively. Wii Fit Trainer did their little healing thing that's always annoying to anybody who plays against them. A Fire Breath from Bowser was nice, on point, and really close. Oh, and a downward smash takes out Wii Fit Trainer's last stock, allowing Bowser to move on. I don't know where we are in the crew battle because we weren't able to get stream up for, this is their second fight. That's as far as we know. And so it looks like we will be seeing Bowser going into the next match with only one stock. The score is 10-9 as far as we know. So that is correct. We are going into our second match. And Bowser will be at a disadvantage, but I think Not Yoshi can hold out for at least taking away one stock from the next, one or two stocks from the next people. If they're not gonna pull a Hunter and, you know, start mowing through players on one stock left, that would be quite amazing to see. But it looks like Rigby has their next player ready, and it's going to be King K. Rool, two heavyset characters against each other.
Hi
Welcome
guys.
back, Kaz.
I'm back. Water is cold.
Yes.
But we're back at the table now. We have Elliot taking off one of. No, oh yeah. Wait. Oh, we lost 2 stocks.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it's 10.
That makes sense. Like math. Anyways.
So
We're going straight into the fight here. It seems. Getting some initial hits off of each other, not doing too much. We're seeing that signature Not Yoshi back dive there. They really like using that move, and I admit if I were a Bowser player, I'd probably like using it too. Now we're seeing Not Yoshi get a lot of damage out on King K here. You know, getting them up in the kill percentage, meanwhile sitting at a very comfy 39%. Now, Not Yoshi obviously knows that they're having to play a little bit more aggressive than usual just to get some more stocks off of this King K here.
already taken off first. Looks like my prediction is correct.
Yeah. But you know, King K is not giving up. They're still they're still fighting pretty hard. They know that they have the advantage in this fight, given the stock ratio here being in their favor. So they're kind of just continuing to do what they do best, which is kind of ledge guard. You know, you can see them trying to use their vacuum to take Bowser off and then shoot him back off the stage, or just try and intimidate them from getting back on. But it is not enough for Not Yoshi, who's sitting at 169 damage percent right now. That's
dangerous.
Yeah, some pretty sensitive territory there. Although King K has lost their super shield for a little bit, but they were not able to get back onto the stage to take advantage of that. So Not Yoshi is back on the stage once again at 204 damage, but will be taken out from that side B, I'm pretty sure. And leaving the score 9-8.
8.
So actually a much closer game so far.
Yeah. Are you okay? You sound a little sleepy.
Well, I haven't been doing anything today because I haven't had to go to any of my classes, so my brain is just like not active.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, but it looks like we'll be going into the next match with Rigby having 2 stock. Rigby's King K. I can't speak. Rigby's K. Rool having 2 stocks and our second player having 3. So somewhat even, but still in our favor. That's nice.
Yeah.
Who will be up next? Oh, Shiny Shoes.
Yeah.
With traditional Rosalina.
Always a very fun player to see on the stage here. You know, they're very aggressive They have a very unique playstyle, playing with a heavier kind of floater character, a bit harder to control, but they have such excellent grasp of the character and how she handles. So, you know, it's always fun to see them go at these kinds of fights here.
I love that. I love that so much.
But here we are back into the fight. Shiny immediately getting some punches in, but so is King K, you know, trying to kind of just keep things fair and even. King K is already at 78, meanwhile Shiny is playing at a nice 38%, taking some hits on that shield and then taking a little bit more damage, but not doing too much, you know, they're kind of just figuring out the pacing of this fight. It looks like Shiny's picked it up a bit faster than King K has, seeing as they were able to get some good shots on King K there. Get him up to 132. Meanwhile, King K is going to get them up to 78. They're trying to do their best to get some more damage out. But Shiny just, again, has such amazing control over Rosalina and using that shield to their advantage there. Just blocking a lot of the shots that otherwise would have been very easy to land. King K there.
And wow.
Yeah.
That was
King K will lose their second stock, and yeah, Shiny just playing around and going for the understage travel there.
I hate that so much every time he does it.
It's really entertaining, you know. You can tell that they're comfortable. And I mean, again, you know, it just goes back to the whole thing about control and the kind of control that they have with Rosalina here. And as you can see, they're continuing to show that kind of control, getting some good damage on King K there. And even though they're at 99, they now 100 something. It doesn't seem like they're very nervous about how they're playing here. You know, they immediately get onto the stage, hit them with a few up airs, and then take them out, leaving the score 9-6. That's incredibly well played fight there.
Beautiful work by Shiny Shoes. Yeah, that was 3 stocks in the end for Shiny Shoes. Kept all of that. I mean, Rosalina is his main.
Yeah.
As we see, he's very comfortable with that character. He's very good with character. And he knows, like, how to deal the most damage while taking the least. Which I said exactly what you're supposed to do.
I mean, but I mean, just
Smash, but like, it's the fact that he knows how to do that effectively.
But he also knows like when, like, how to bounce back from taking damage. That was another thing that I had noticed throughout these fights.
Their Joker player.
Oh, I remember their Joker player. I believe that Shiny has fought them before. They're very tough, very aggressive.
Yeah, and this is going to be even playing field as they both have all 3 stocks.
Yeah. So,
and
yeah, this will be very fun to watch, I believe. And immediately we're seeing some good fight, some good combat on the left side of the stage there. Now moving towards the center. Rosalina getting some good damage on Joker, bringing them up to about 50 or so. Meanwhile, playing at a comfortable 22%. What I think is really interesting about Rosalina is like their ability to be able to like control not only the tempo of the fight, but also the distance in between the two fighters. You know, if they want Joker to stay away, as long as they have Luma there, which they don't at the moment, but as long as they usually do, they can control that distance pretty well, which works out a lot in their favor. But Joker seems to have a bit of an extra aggressive touch today, especially playing with Arsene and using a down special to take a stock off of Shiny Shoes. But they are still playing in some aggressive ground there, playing at 104, now 114 damage percentage. While Shiny is coming back fresh from a new stock with only 7% damage. Oh, and getting a really nice up special to take a stock off of Joker there.
I'm enjoying that they both have the tactic of baiting each other off the stage and then it failing for both of them.
Exactly. It's like you know, when you're thinking of the same thing, you kind of know how to adjust your play style around it. And you know, Shiny, we already knows how to do that incredibly well. But I've also noticed that like throughout these scrims, we've kind of seen improvement from every player's side. You know, we're learning how our players on our team learn or play a bit better, and that has been helping Ricky improve their own play style a bit, which has been pretty interesting to see.
I always enjoy seeing them scrim against our Vandals. And I really hope that, yes, please, come join us at University of Idaho when you're ready. We'd love to have you, genuinely.
One of many shameless plugs that you will hear tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially as we hit recruiting season. It is also November. I believe that registration is open for future prospective Vandals for those who want to join us here. So
I believe so.
yeah, so you will be hearing that a lot more. So off of the topic of plugs here, because you know we're pretty far into our fight with Shiny at 94 and Joker at 103. Joker's still trying to balance the fight a little more and doing so successfully. But you know they're still trading small little hits back and forth with each other. The only disadvantage that Joker really has in the current moment is that they don't have Arsene, which in a moment like this where it's really tight, both players are very close to taking each other out. It would be very, very useful to have Arsene just to pack a little bit of extra punch. As you can see, that bar above them was getting more full as they took more damage, but Shiny was able to capitalize on the advantage that they had on the side of the stage there and take another stock off Joker. They're still playing in some kind of dangerous territory too, playing up in the 137th. But they're still doing a good job getting some damage on Joker there, going for a throw and continuing to go off. Now Joker is able to pull out Arsene, which might give them the extra oomph that they need for this stock to take Shiny out.
But
But
nope.
no, apparently not.
I mean, I don't know what that was, but Rosalina, well, Shiny Shoes pulls out a move while juggling Joker and just takes out that last stock.
Yeah,
Making this, what, 4? No,
no,
3.
It's
3-7. No, 3-8. Sorry, because we only lost 1 stock.
Shiny's still at 2. Shiny is still indeed at 2.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
He took out 3 stocks with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
pretty
the.
interesting, I think.
I mean, I really enjoy watching Shiny Shoes work. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I was seeing Palutena play earlier when they were doing like warm-up matches. Very good player and character to see, and watching them against Rosalina, I feel will be a very intriguing matchup. You ready?
Yeah. I don't think I've seen this player before.
Before
so,
today, I haven't either.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
so I was like,
very
I have no
fast.
idea what to accept or expect. I mean, from this fight, but it seems like it's no challenge for Shiny there. Getting some decent damage on Palutena, at least for the beginning of the fight. You know, it's still not an incredible amount, not too big of a gap getting them up there. Palutena is just trying to dance around, looking for a spot to get in on Shiny, but Shiny is going to continue seizing those opportunities first. But you know, as we saw with Palutena, you know, they were able to get some good shots down, getting Shiny up to 49.
I mean, those juggling combos are insane.
Yes, and as we could see with Rosalina, you know, getting someone up into the air is some dangerous territory for your opponent there. Now, Palutena is definitely picking up the pace a little bit more with this fight, getting Shiny up to 85. Meanwhile,
Did Palutena just teleport? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before losing that stock.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting skill that I didn't know that character had.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of nice, kind of like Meta Knights almost. A lot of. I don't know. I was gonna say something here.
apparently, this is arguably the strongest character in the game. Excuse me?
Girl power.
To be honest, when I first saw Palutena, before I saw the name come up, I thought it was just like a different skin for Zelda. But I hope that didn't sound insulting. But I think we should expect some really interesting combat from this character. It looks like they have very versatile movements, very fast, slightly heavy but not too heavy, can take a lot of damage, can teleport, as we saw, has a lot of like recovery methods. Just overall, yeah, I could see how this could be one of the strongest characters.
But we continue into the fight. You know, Shiny's taking a lot of damage. But I know that they can take a bit more before getting knocked out, and Shiny is still putting out a decent amount of damage on Palutena. You know, looking for another stock, but Palutena is going to seize that first. Shiny will be going into the fight looking to answer the stock trade here, but not finding it immediately. Palutena is doing some decent damage on Shiny there. And Shiny is putting out some okay damage, you know, getting a few hits in for this stock. But so far, the fight is still definitely in Palutena's favor as Shiny looks for an opportunity to get back on the stage and get a few more hits out. But they're not finding the distance that they need. They're not really where they want to be for this fight, which is kind of annoying, I would imagine. You know, both players are playing really strong. You know, Palutena is up in kill percentage, kind of just waiting to die at this point. And it doesn't really seem like they're moving too much, using their shield to the best of their ability. Meanwhile, Shiny is playing at about 77, which could be kill percentage in just a few hits, but we're not seeing too much yet. You know, Shiny is getting some very good hits on Palutena.
That edge guarding, I think, was what caused that second stock to be taken.
And what I'm very interested in seeing how Shiny likes to do that thing after getting stock on someone, where they just dance under the stage and come back up on the other side. But Shiny is still putting up some decent damage, you know, getting Palutena off the stage, getting her up to 59 now. But Palutena is still putting out her best foot forward for this fight, getting Shiny up to 118, and just looking to find the extra power that they need to finish off this stock and take another player off of the Vandals. And even though they were able to find a crit there, we still see Shiny on the stage up at 139, meanwhile Palutena is playing on her last stock at 77%. We're kind of just waiting to see what Shiny can do, and they're obviously able to get a good up air, which we've seen be very brutal to some other Rigby players. So I'm kind of interested in seeing if Shiny is going to go for something similar for this next one.
They've definitely been avoiding that like star mat bomb move. I need to look more into this character. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. But you know, Luma is a very powerful asset to Palutena, as we can see. She gets a very good up air and takes off the last stock of Palutena, bringing the score, I think,
That was
that was the last player.
That was the last player.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I just I can't like keep track of the score in my head like this, but yeah, no, that was the, I guess, first game that we're gonna see, and potentially.
No, I mean it's already 6:10.
No, that clock is wrong.
Oh,
what does your phone say?
Oh, then we might see another game.
Yeah, I think we will. Continue to
That would
warm
be
up
very
for
enjoyable.
a little bit.
I would love that.
But in the meantime,
Unless we were off about our math and we still have one more player.
nah.
No, we were right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In the meantime, to any Vandals that are watching the stream, we hope that you're staying warm. We hope that you're layering up. We hope that the cold isn't killing you. It's not killing me yet.
Like the email said, just stay under the blankets. You'll be okay.
Yeah. And I also heard that some of the dorms are handing out emergency blankets for those who need
Really?
them. I know that I got a text in the group me chat from my RA
Mm.
about that. So
Nice.
if
Oh, it looks like Hunter's up next.
you need a blanket, go do that.
I do know that the Space Eaters at Walmart were sold out the other day. So, I mean, you might have to order one, or maybe see if Walmart has restocked.
I don't know. It's a possibility. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna go home and what I do. I stayed at the lab last night after my shift and played Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
Did very, very good. A lot better than usual. The goal is to at least be able to play with the JV team and hopefully extend that to having the JV team play games. I won't speak on the JV team and placements and stuff like that because there were some players that are on the JV team that I feel should have been on varsity.
I have no idea about that because I have heard nothing of the JV team.
Yeah, the JV team here is actually like pretty decent. They're all like relatively good, and I feel like they would have been good throughout the season if they were enrolled in a roster, but they weren't. So
I mean, it could have also been a cohesion issue with the other varsity players.
I'm just saying, I was only one rank up below the lowest person that made it on the JV, and even then I could have been a sub, and they didn't put me on, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
I think you were a little too busy to do that.
Listen, I could have played Overwatch. I mean, I don't know how much of a difference me being on the team would have made, but we don't have to get into that right now. No. But for those of you in the Palouse, I understand that the lack of heat is a...
Wait, did we just circle around back to how did we get onto that topic?
What? I just brought it up randomly.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going into the next match, Falco against another one of the Rigby players. It looks like it's going to be Wii Fit Trainer up first.
Yes.
We're going to say we're back to 12-12.
Yeah.
I'll win this time.
Right,
because
I
the last...
have faith in or I don't
Remember
know. Yeah, I
the-
remember Hunter.
He was on
Hunter
his like
Wii
his
Fit-
last
yeah,
stock.
They got
after
very
running through
close to
everybody
taking
else.
each other out. But yeah, we're maybe this is a redemption round for Wii Fit here.
No,
But-
for Hunter. Hunter lost last night.
Did they?
Yeah, they were on their last stock, and the last person was Wii Fit Trainer, and Wii Fit Trainer took off their last stock.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the soccer ball too.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
They
if I remember correctly.
have good usage of that, utilization of that
Yeah.
soccer ball.
But it seems like this time around, Hunter is a lot more prepared for the soccer balls here, using their shield and their reflective. Pretty sure it's their down B to avoid getting hit, which is really good, and then getting a grab as soon as they get back onto the stage. Just trying to get just enough extra damage on Wii Fit to take off their first Peter.
Not
you know,
yet.
Yeah, and that look, they are far more prepared. They know how this Wii Fit plays. They were not prepared for that one, but I don't know if they were in a place where they could use it. Now Wii Fit found a very nice window there to get a down B on Hunter and take off his first stock. But you know, with these first fights, it's not about taking off stocks more than it is about setting the pace of the game. You know, starting fresh from 12-12, you're gonna see both of our fighters bringing up a very good fight to the game. But after this really sets the score of how things may go and what we are looking to expect from not only these players but from our teams as well.
Yeah, as we move on, we saw that Hunter took off one of the stocks, so we're once again even on stock ratio, mostly even on damage ratio as well, so it could be anybody's game at this point. But Hunter is taking on an aggressive stance like we saw in the beginning, and Wii Fit Trainer is responding, just not as well. And here we have some ledge guarding from both of them, just flipping back and forth, moving to the other side of the stage.
Something I like about this fight is that Hunter is pulling out their reflector every time they see the ball, which, you know, it helps. It's very easy to see that ball come out. It's a very bright neon color, makes it stand out very well on...
And it's pretty slow.
Yeah. So, you know, Hunter has enough time to pull out the reflector as they see it, which is good. It's good training for other, I guess, Wii Fits that they may come across, but also against this player that, you know, they struggled against in previous fights. Getting some very good damage out here on both players' end. Hunter going for the grab and kick.
And trying to keep them away with the gun.
Wii Fit trying to use their healing ability to take off some damage percent, but it isn't enough as Hunter goes off the stage, finishes him off with an up tilt, and takes off Wii Fit's second stock, leaving score 11.
And right afterwards, safely recovering.
Yeah. Now they are still playing in somewhat dangerous territory as Wii Fit is able to capitalize on this opportunity here, as they were playing in 97 a few seconds ago, but now up in 129, and you know, that damage is continuing. It's getting really rough out here, as we can see.
But Hunter isn't letting that stop him.
No, not at all. You know, still using their reflector every time they see the ball. And from a failed recovery, taking off Wii Fit's final stock, leading the score 11-9.
Yeah, I love seeing that little ending where Falco just prevents Wii Fit Trainer's recovery, and that's sometimes all you need. Yeah, wonderful plays from both players. Both characters as well. Mostly same techniques we've seen used, but that's primarily because both these players know their characters really well, and they utilize all their different skill sets. And we've seen both of these players go up against each other before, so there wasn't anything surprising, just interesting, and especially how they utilized things. And next we have Falco with 2 stocks going against a fully stocked King K. Rool. I have confidence in Falco.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like I don't have confidence in Hunter, but what I am saying is that, you know, playing against a heavier character like this is very great when you're having a lighter, much faster character. It's harder to bring control in some situations. But we still see Hunter using that reflector to the best of their ability, getting some decent damage out on King K there. We do know that King K is one of Rigby's weaker players, but they're still able to put up a very good fight against our players here. Has been able to take off some stocks off our players and still hold up very well. Maybe that was just a matchup issue. Technically, the matchup was in King K's favor. But Hunter is just doing really well. Got that really good side special double crit, taking off King K's first stock there, and only at 44 damage percent right there. King K is trying to figure out what to do there. Just kind of going for that weird double jump thing that he has, throwing out his ground but not finding anything. Hunter is able to go down. He grabs him, he's still in the field. Get some extra damage out, already bringing him up to full percentage here, and just going, you know, not stopping for a second.
Really intense juggling. I think that's how he's staying ahead, is by getting King K. Rool up in the air and then keeping him up there, just dealing damage constantly so he's not able to retaliate.
And that's kind of what you do with heavier characters. It's a bit harder for them to get onto the ground. And it's something that later characters have on these tankier characters. Now, as we can see, Hunter is still putting out some decent damage, but they are playing in somewhat dangerous territory in 118 damage percent. Not able to get in immediately and do too much damage, but still able to get a nice few combos out. Get King K up to 81. Something I like about Hunter's playstyle is that they're really able to take that first hit and continue to capitalize on it, continue to get additional damage on top of what they're already doing, which bodes very well. And yeah, you know, as we can see, we were able to get that down tilt, take off King K's final stock, leaving the score 11-6. Now it's kind of interesting. I'm hoping that Hunter doesn't.
You don't want a Hunter sweep?
It's not that I don't want a Hunter sweep, it's just I don't want another Hunter sweep. It's, you know, we haven't seen one in a while. We know that Rigby has given Hunter a fair bit of challenge in the past. So what I'm interested in seeing is if we're going to have maybe the Wolf player come back and give Hunter a bit of a challenge, or if Hunter is just going to continue to mow through these players. Like we saw at the beginning of the season, it would be a very entertaining callback, I guess. Like it's an arc.
This is actually what I was just about to say. I want to see these two characters go up against each other.
You know what? That is fair. You know, we have some very fast, very aggressive characters on each other.
I would say Palutena seems like a more versatile character than Falco. Lots more.
A lot more util to work with, yeah. But it doesn't mean Hunter is at a disadvantage here. I'm really interested to see where this fight can go. Like, obviously, like there is still the stock disadvantage that Hunter has 2 stocks as opposed to Palutena's 3. But it doesn't seem to be that big of a deal as Hunter has been able to get Palutena off to killing them in 95.
With only 4% damage himself, that's...
Yeah, that is nasty. We're hoping that Palutena is able to bring back a little bit more energy, but it seems like Hunter is just faster. He's just able to get up, predict where Palutena is going to be, and immediately work off of that. Palutena uses their teleport ability to escape that falling pattern to prevent getting juggled over and over again. But their damage is far too high already, up in 94%. Meanwhile, Hunter is only playing at 20. But Palutena is beginning to capitalize off of Hunter's own fallen patterns there, getting hit by a few of those lasers or whatever they are, I'm not sure.
But it does not matter.
Yeah, no, Hunter is just continuing to go off like it's nobody's business. Getting a Palutena up to 133 and just continuing to go. They were going to try and go for that up special, but Palutena was able to dodge it using their teleport ability, which, you know, was excellently well played. I'm curious to see if this Palutena player is the Wolf player that we've seen. Because we haven't seen a Wolf player.
That's possible. Maybe they switched out because they, I don't know, they found this character more.
I don't know, but like we're seeing some similar patterns in their playstyle is what I'm trying to note. You know, they're both very aggressive and very fast. They have very good control over their character.
And what to note while we were talking about that is they both lost to stock.
Yeah, you know, Palutena lost to stock and was immediately able to answer the stock trade, but Hunter just doesn't really care, you know, getting them up to 84 and just now taking a little bit of damage from Palutena here. The gap is still relatively wide, but Palutena is doing her best to narrow it, trying to bait Hunter off, or Hunter trying to bait Palutena off. And
back to center stage is probably the most intense when one of them gets the other into the air, or they start those combos. It's insane. Or that targeted laser move you were talking about. Here we have the juggling. And
oh yeah, and Hunter finding the up special that he was looking for to take out Palutena's final stock, leaving the score 10-3?
10-3.
10-3.
And we are down. This might be a Falco sweep. A Hunter sweep, sorry.
Yeah, and if not, because obviously at the beginning of the season that Hunter sweep wasn't an entire Hunter sweep. Eventually he was taken out, but he was able to put a significant damage on that team, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Even if Hunter gets taken out during this next fight, as they are only playing with 1 stock, they still have been able to put a significant dent in Rigby's players here.
Yeah, I guess it would be nice to see a Hunter sweep, but
I also feel bad. You know, I want to give the other players a chance to play.
I mean, they did, but not all of them did, I should say. But this is supposed to be like a warm-up scrim before going against Southern Alberta.
That's fair. And Southern Alberta is going to be a tougher team than usual, as we mentioned. Both teams are going undefeated this season. So this is the fight for top spot in the conference, at least for the main season, before we go into playoffs. So
They're going up against Joker.
yeah, the Joker player is back on stage, already putting out some decent damage, making the first engage with Hunter there. But Hunter already going back off. What's interesting about Joker is that Joker is not only a very good character to be aggressive with, as they have like enough power on their own to fight, but they also have Arson, which gives them just way more power than I think he needs. But you know, it's a part of the character.
Are
As
you trying to say that he's OP? He's not broken. He's fine. He's just fine.
yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Except
Oh,
for
yeah.
that.
And see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Hunter was going into this with the stock disadvantage. We do know that Joker is a bit more of an aggressive player on Rigby's side, so I'm not too surprised that they were able to take out that final stock. But the score is still definitely in the Vandals' favor here, as Joker
9-3.
is fighting with all three of his stocks here.
It is now 9-3, and I wonder who they're going to be putting up next. Would it be Shiny Shoes, or will we see Candy? I haven't seen Candy tonight, actually. I'd like to see Candy play. Oh, Candy's not here?
Oh, but Jack's here, and we'll be seeing Azda come up to the stage.
Yes, Asda with Meta Knight against Joker. We have seen this matchup before.
And
It has been interesting. We've seen it a few different times. Sometimes Asda wins. Sometimes he doesn't. Let's hope this is the time he wins.
I mean, he is definitely playing with the mental advantage. As we're still up in points, we're not too worried.
And Joker has the pressure of trying to sweep through everybody.
Yeah.
Because he is the last.
The score is still 9-3. We'd have like 3 more players left, as he is the last one on their roster who's up here. And Meta is already getting some good damage down on Joker here, but Joker is still getting some good damage down on Meta. Both fighters seem to be in somewhat even territory in terms of difficulty and clip on the controllers here. Or characters, not controllers. I was like, oh yeah, they're seizing their controllers, they're choking them. But no, they're it's still kind of even. You know, both players are.
They're kind of dancing around each other a little bit.
Yeah, nothing is really happening. Still is relatively even. We're not seeing too many damage attacks come up. Joker is able to bring the damage war into his favor, but it's still not a lot is really happening. You know, Azza is able to come back up, and even with Arson out, is still able to put some pretty good damage on Joker there. Joker is able to get a good poison hit on Azda there, bringing them up into kill percentage, meanwhile playing into 74, so close to kill percentage, but still using their shield to the best of their ability.
Another poison attack is there.
Yeah, and you know,
Yeah, that's a damaging one.
yeah, the Azda's up pretty high there, and they're looking for an opportunity now that Arson is gone to be able to take out Joker and you know, maybe finish their first stock. It's kind of like what we see at the beginning of the fight when both players are coming in the 3. There are different things on the line for both players here, but you know, we're coming into fresh stock, so it's really about settling the score, making some imbalances in the other team's kind of plays here, and that's what we're kind of seeing. You know, Azza getting Joker up to 129, but taking enough damage so that Joker is able to bring out Arson again and using an up special to take up Azza's first stock of this fight. Azza is looking around, trying to answer that stock trade, and not being able to immediately. So they're kind of just running around
But
and
you know what?
trying to get some
Joker's
more
really
damage
close.
on Arson there. Or, well, I mean, I might as well say Arson, since most of the damage is coming from Arson's extra buffs there. But Arson is now gone, and Joker is on his own at 152. Azza is still not really finding the windows that he needs to capture in order to take Joker off. But
Until that move.
until that move, yeah. So the score is once again even, and even with all of that, he was still not really taking a lot of damage that fight, doing pretty good. But now it's somewhat even once again in terms of damage and in terms of stocks. We can definitely tell that both players are doing a tremendous job on the stage here.
I believe Arson's going to come out soon.
Yes.
As I say that.
And Meta, you know, uses their recovery to get back up into the stage. Does some additional damage on Arsene, getting them up to 64, now 72. Trying their best to make that gap a little bit bigger. But Arsene is going to continue to come back and do some additional damage there. But Azza is able to find a nasty little below stage shot to get Joker down another stock. Leaving the score
1-8.
Yeah, 1-8. Still
That's
not
the best
looking
score.
good for Rigby, obviously. But Azza is still playing in some kind of dangerous territory, playing at 129. Meanwhile, Joker is playing up a fresh stock with 15% damage there. You know, they're doing pretty good for themselves here, putting out a lot of damage and kind of just making the fight work for themselves, especially with Arsene out now. They might have the extra damage. That is exactly what we were looking for. The extra damage that Joker needed to get another stock off Azda. The stocks are even across the board, although the damage war is definitely being won by Azda, and with a nice charge shot, able to take off Joker's final stock and win the second game and technically the entire scrim for the Vandals here.
That was wonderful. I love playing with Rigby. They're such great players and such good sports. Please come back and scrim us again.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. But soon we will be going into our matchup against Southern Alberta. It is 6:20.
So in the meantime, we are going to end stream, not only for organizational purposes, but just to give us a break, to give our players a break while they prepare for their match against Southern Alberta. So please feel free to join us in 10 minutes or so.
For the Clash of Titans.
For the Clash of the Titans, yes.
Yes. I remember Vulcan saying that earlier, and I just wanted to use it. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you. Make sure to check back in and see some intense matchup from our Vandals against the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology players. Thank you.